Hello, everybody, and welcome to 3 Years AMA. It is Wednesday, it is 5 o'clock, and we are back. We are here with you, and I hope you are doing fine as we are, because it's a beautiful day out there. And of course, we're looking forward to this AMA. I would like to invite you, of course, to be a part of this, to write comments, to write questions if you're live with us. Also, to be a part of our channels or our communities on Telegram, on Twitter, on Discord. You're welcome to join us there if you are not there yet, because we are talking every day about 3Air and the project of bringing internet to Africa. Anita Mlakar is my name. I'm the host of this AMAs, and I'm seeing that there are some of you already with us, and I'm really glad that you are here. But first, as always, let me do a short introduction of 3Air and about what we are doing. So Africa lacks connectivity and digital resources to scale business, causing a detriment to everything from commerce and communications to education and healthcare. With the right infrastructure, we can change this course for good. And that's why 3Air will empower a new upgrade in infrastructure and in technological implementation, bringing broadband internet, digital TV, and telecom to the entire population. This will automatically unearth new business possibilities, streamline educational resources, tether healthcare network connectivity, and much more. This will be supplemented by a new platform designed by 3Air to foster global partnerships for development across the region. Our goal is to drive true financial inclusion and equal opportunities for billions of people who still don't have access to high-speed internet, and 3Air empowers them to make life-changing progress in work, banking, education, and health. So bringing in connectivity and, in a way, providing job opportunities, education initiatives is the best Africa needs, and 3Air is set to do all that. Yeah, that's our project. That's our goal. Let's invite the CEO of 3Air, Sandi. Hello, Sandi.
Hello, Anita. Hello, 3R family. How are you?
I am great. I'm doing great. I hope you're doing great too. I see or I hear that you have some problems with health. Is that so?
Yeah, I got sick a bit in Amsterdam. I did a COVID test, so I shouldn't be spreading COVID around, right? So, but I don't feel exactly Olympic,
Yeah.
too Olympic right now.
I can imagine. It's so really, I mean, surprising in a way, because if we don't have COVID, then we don't have anything. Like, there are no other diseases, but there are also other influenza and other diseases out there. So yeah, we should take care of ourselves, right? Even if we
Yeah,
don't have COVID.
it is a bit strange right now. It's like I really feel when I go out right now and I start coughing somewhere or sneezing or something like that, think like everybody's watching me right now.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
a bit strange. Yeah.
Yeah, we will have to get used to that. I hope that we are coming to a normal situation, and this will be just a bad memory once.
Let's hope that. So I need to say that I was quite surprised in Amsterdam. There was nobody wearing any masks nowhere at all. People were like really cheerful all over the place. There were a lot of parties going on, networking, restaurants were full, even the hotels were really full. Then also on public transportation, nobody is wearing masks. I took the train to London. I'm in London right now.
Mhm.
Here also, even though they still say you should be wearing masks, nobody is wearing masks nowhere. So it kind of looks like that thing is over right now with COVID. But let's see. Hoping that some additional restriction doesn't come back, or that really now everything starts spreading like crazy, and we'll end up in lockdowns again.
No, 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 no. Let's not do that again. Oh my God. Sandy, like you said, you are in London. and not just enjoying a holiday, but you're working, right?
Yeah, kind of. I wouldn't be enjoying, right now the holiday either way. And kind of restrict myself to go out only for the things that I really need to. But yeah, here is the Financial Times is organizing the first crypto event, so I'm attending that one. Thankfully, a lot is actually online. But right after the call, I'll actually go and attend the live one there. It's a bit different. I just wanted to experience that one. It's totally different people, totally different speakers. The topics are different, and we can argue about that if they're good or anything like it. But for sure there are at least something that we should think about and keep. It is relevant. So the majority is from institutions, banks, regulators. And although, to be honest, the majority that I'm hearing is like really, really stupid. Sorry, but it is. Um, it's there, and we cannot change it in that sense. So we'll need to kind of accept it. The thing that angers me the most is they're speaking about regulatory, like that's the only way to go, and that crypto in a sense needs to be really regulated, else everyone will scam everybody and everything. And
Yeah.
nobody's actually speaking about the downsides of possible exploitation of the regulators, because that's also a reality, right? So that's it. It's really one-sided. But on the other side, if you go to a crypto event, it's also one-sided. So having knowledge about both and then combining them, it's something that is then, I think, can be considered something as a truth.
Yes, yes, true. Sandy, we have a special guest coming up today, and we're really looking forward to that. And I suggest that we do invite him in. We will talk about, of course, what is going on right now, also about free air and everything. But first, I would really, really, really like to invite Emmanuel Babalola. He is our special guest today. So,
Hey,
hello,
hi.
Babs.
Hey, Babs.
Hello. How
Hi,
are you
guys. Hi,
today?
Anita. Oh, good,
Hey,
good, good. Hi,
you're
Sandy.
good.
How you doing?
I'm good now. You got me a bit nervous.
Ah, it's crazy. I'm stuck in traffic somewhere in Lagos, Nigeria. For the Nigerians watching this, I think they can all relate. But here, I'm here now, and I'm really sorry for joining late.
Nah, no worries, no worries. You were on time, so no problem. I hope you're not driving.
I am not driving. I have someone that is helping me here.
That's
Okay.
good then.
Safety first, Babs. Safety first, then
Exactly.
everything else. Yeah, yeah. So thank you very much for
Well,
being
I
with us.
really love the PA community, so I just had to be here, for this.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. We are really happy to have you here. Just a short introduction. Babs, or Emmanuel Babalola, is the CEO of Bundle Africa. This is Africa-focused social payments app for cash and crypto, playing a major role. You are in the growth of crypto adoption in the continent. You are also a former director of Binance Africa. And we would really like to hear more about you, Babs. So, what are you up to right now? What are you doing?
Yeah, amazing stuff. Thank you so much, Anita, for that, very, very amazing introduction. I think for the most part, my focus has really been um, trying to use technology to improve the African experience. And um, primary for me is just seeing how crypto plays a large role in that future, um, helping Africans, you know, um, um, move from just being the back burner to being one of those, regions that actually play a very, very solid role in this new industrial revolution. And that has played out over the past few years, where we've seen, Africa and African nations take more of a front seat when you look at crypto across the world. You see, I think there was a time for years, several years, where Nigeria was the region with the most interest in crypto on Google search. I think now we are number two after El Salvador for obvious reasons. And then, we've seen peer-to-peer trade grow in all that time. So I think from my side, I derive joy in helping more and more people have access to this new technology. I believe that crypto is the largest wealth transfer in the history of you know man, and seeing more Africans get involved, and seeing more people across the continent earn a living from this industry is something that I'm really, really proud of.
Yes, yes, true. Just to invite everybody, here is the opportunity, of course, to ask questions to Babs also. So write them down in a comment and we will address them later. Just tell me, Babs, how did you come across crypto and when?
Yeah, so I think this was early 2016, when I was working mainstream, in Web 2. It was, you know, and I got involved in a lot of projects in terms of trying to grow what we were basically building a software to help organizations manage their membership, and just enterprise solution for NGOs basically. And then I think I heard about crypto for the first time from one of the multi-level marketing programs. And then naive, very very young, then I just said, okay, let me get involved and see how this works. And then I think participating in that program without a bank account was something that I was really thrilled about. And then I decided to actually look into the technology a bit more. And one of the things I realized is this is actually the money of the internet. This is how people would transact. People were, chatting online. People were doing business online. We were helping. Our goal was to help businesses come online, and we are seeing how now beyond interactions online, people can actually transfer value on the internet. And for me, that was important. And I think I started listening to Andreas Antonopoulos then, very awesome guy. I really recommend his books and his videos. He has a lot of free content out there. So that was my first crypto teacher, as it were. I watched all his content, and after like a week, I was like, I have to do this. I think it took me less than 6 months to quit my job, and so I've been doing crypto full time since 2017, actually.
Well, that's great. That's great. And I read somewhere that you, after that, in a year or years after that, you organized more than, I don't know, 300 events.
A
That's,
lot of events.
oh my
A lot
God.
of events. So it was, for me, it was really about connecting the people, right? So we started attending meetups, started hosting meetups, free meetups at eateries, in churches, in everywhere, and it wasn't because we knew a lot then. In fact, we didn't really know a lot. We just knew the basics, and we wanted to share that with as many people that would want to listen, right? So these meetups are not crowds of 1,000 people like now. Now we do an event to see everybody's there. Then
Yeah.
3 people, 4 people, 10 people, you know, and it was a pain to even if you even start about explaining how it's not a scam, how it's not fraud. Today now, crypto is now like the cool kids thing, right? It wasn't always like that. So yeah, those were the early days of my journey.
But you have to start somewhere, it's also with three or four
Exactly.
people at the beginning, and then you come to thousands, and that's how it
Exactly.
goes. Uh,
Exactly.
uh, is still that feeling in Africa for Africans, maybe because of the lack of information, that cryptocurrency is a scam? Do people still believe that?
So I think for the large parts, Crypto is, um, you know, that whole story of crypto being a scam and crypto, it's it's grown less and less over the years, right? We've
Okay.
had less and less people. I think back then, if you took Nigerians, let's say you took in Nigeria specifically, if you took, let's say, 10 people back in 2016 and asked them what is Bitcoin, what's crypto, I think only maybe two of them would have heard about crypto before, and one of them would think it's a scam, right? That was the back
Mm-hmm.
then. Now it's very different. At least all of them would have heard about crypto, and maybe two would think it's a scam. For the remaining, they would just think it's one thing for the elites and for the, and that's also something we're trying to change. That's even now where people don't really think it's a scam, there are still scams in the industry. There are still
Yeah.
projects that, just come to just take people's Bitcoin and people's money away, right? So one of the things we've done is to find a balance that yes, Bitcoin it's not a scam. However, there are scams in the space, and this and this and these are the things to look out for to identify them. And this is how to, um, secure yourself in this, entire ecosystem.
Yeah.
So I think the key thing is about education, really. The
Yeah.
more we have, the more people organize events like this, the more people talk about crypto, to help people understand what it is, what it isn't, and also how they can take advantage of it. I think it'll greatly, reduce the that amount of people, which are very few now, by the way, that think crypto is a scam. So I think for the most part of Africa, with all the central banks saying, oh, they have their central bank.
Babs, I think we've lost Babs for a second now. Maybe it's the connection still.
Digital currency
Oh, yeah.
for crypto. It happened, I think, early this week. So it's more and more adoption, actually.
Okay. I don't know if it was just me, Babs, or also everybody else. We lost you just for a second. You had bad connection, but we do hear and see you now. So you're back. Okay, that's
Okay.
good.
Thank you.
You said education, educating people. I would like to hear more about your Binance Masterclass. This is really free blockchain education meant for the masses, for people, and more than 400,000 people has already been in those classes.
Hello.
Yes,
Can you hear me?
Babs. Yeah,
Yes. So you asked about master classes, right?
yeah.
Okay. So how it is
We do have some problems, I think, with connection. Oh, that's
started,
not
you mean?
good. Okay, Babs. Oh, I would really like to hear more about it. I hope that he comes to a better connection soon. Sandy, I don't hear
Yeah.
you. Sandy,
Can
you're
you hear me
muted.
now?
Yes,
I think
I
as
hear
the
you.
car moves from place to place, we just lose connection and stuff. But let me just quickly just touch on the master's parts.
Yeah.
So for Binance master classes, we kicked it off in 2019 actually, and back then, one of the things we realized was the barrier to entry for crypto was a bit higher. What I mean is, then it costs at least $200 to learn about crypto in a formal setting. Let's say you wanted to pay for a course in, it was great because people like found a source of income by teaching other people about crypto and charging them money for it. However, what happened was it basically was increasing the barrier to entry. So this thing that a lot of people don't know about, people now had to pay to learn about it. So we wanted to solve that problem because if you spend in Africa, if you spend $200 trying to learn how to trade, and then you now spend another maybe $500 to raise capital to trade, you're already, you know, some people just have $200, they don't have any more. So the key thing was lowering that barrier and providing quality education for free.
No.
Okay. So we started with physical events. We're going from city to city, organizing 6 hour long events, teaching people about crypto, right? All from all the works, 6 hours
Oh,
for each one. And we saw the turnout. We saw that it was actually getting a lot of reach. However, for a bunch of reasons, we felt that we could do more online. And coincidentally, at that same time, COVID happened, and then we now had to go online. So we did the first one online. It had like over 1,000 people join. The physical ones we did, we had like 500 people, packed halls. You know, so then we realized that we're onto something, and we basically organized events like that every single chance we got, right? And then we decentralized it and empowered tutors, basically, who are users already that understood crypto to a large extent where they can teach people. So we do a training for them, give them the basics, give them the material that they would teach. So we're not asking them to go and create their own content. We are giving them the content, and they are going to the streets, to their families, to everybody, and organizing meetups on Facebook, on everywhere. You know,
oh.
so it was an interesting journey, and in that time, I think we through that initiative reached around 500K people, and that was something profound. Yes.
Yes, I can imagine. Just tell me, Babs, after 6 hours of education in this masterclass, what can people do with that knowledge? What
Um,
can,
yeah. Okay. First of all, the best problem is getting them to survive the 6 hours, right? So after the 6 hours, generally, most of the attendees are able to, first of all, they know what crypto is, like they really know what it is, and to a very large extent, they know how.
okay, Babs, I'm losing you again. And we will repeat that. I really would like to know. Sandi, let's
Yeah,
just wait for a second or two because this is something that I really want to know, just to see how this master classes work.
but I wanted to also say a bit that just to point out how important the education is, um, right? And I think that Bob's can also confirm that. So this is also why we are focused so much on education. To be honest,
Hmm.
it's having an educated user is really really important. You spoke also before about thinking about if crypto or bitcoin or something like that is a scam. So in itself it's not a scam. It's what people then try and make out of it. And I think education is actually the only thing that can prevent that. I don't think that any regulation or anything like that will actually prevent it. People tend not to really get scared, just because there's regulation. They'll just, do it anyways and then maybe suffer the consequences, right? But I think that even with the regulation that is in place right now, there are some general regulations out that prevent people from stealing, scamming, and something like that. So and probably crypto is one of the yeah, because there's so much value involved. It's one of the go-to places, but it's also really, really, let's say, traceable. And I know that Binance has also done a lot of work right now in tracing down who did the recent big hacks, right? So we heard a lot about Binance helping out with tracking down the people behind the Ronin bridge hack, so from Axie Infinity and so on. So with time and education, I think that we can get this down to the minimum.
Exactly, exactly, Sandy. I completely agree with the fact that, as you said, like crypto is not untraceable. I think personally that it is the worst way to commit fraud. Um, and if you, for instance, hold, you can, so people can steal Bitcoin, but you can't spend it because must spend it. Exchange, lock those funds, and apprehend those people, right? And for most of the largest crimes that have happened in crypto, since Bitfinex, we've always at some point or the other found those guys, right? It's just a matter of time. Immediately those funds begin to move, what happens is, like, they have to end up in exchanges at some point. So definitely crypto is the worst way to go. And that's why, collaboration with law enforcement, government is important. Why? So that we can safeguard the entire industry. But again, education is what prevents it. Education is what will balance greed and fear, right? Because it is greed that makes people, you know, let's say somebody saying, "Oh, click here and win 1,000 BTC," and you click here and to win 1,000, and you give your seed phrase away. So, but an education would help at least a majority of people avoid those kind of scams, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, but then some people will also come and say, okay, then that's not, blockchain and what it stands for, and decentralization, and nobody can touch your funds, and so on. So what do you think about that? Where does this come together?
Yeah. So the future of crypto is decentralized, right? Um, while we are still working towards that future, it's important that we create bridges that will take us there. As of today, a majority of crypto's volume globally is on DeFi platforms, right? But still, the significant part and the biggest market share is on CeFi, that's centralized exchanges. And I see a future where, like, centralized exchanges will continue to play a gatekeeping role, uh, between helping people get from fiat to crypto, because that bridge is very important. Without moving from fiat to crypto, you can buy an NFT, you can buy really anything. You can buy ApeCoin, you know, or you can buy 3A, right? So the point is, you need fiat bridges, and for fiat bridges, for you to connect to any fiat channel, you need some form of regulation. Why? Because in the end, um, whether it's funds in cash that are being stolen to move to crypto that is stolen will want to move back to cash. So that particular bridge, I think, is going to be a place where a lot of regulation would continue to exist, right? But till today, no one can stop you from putting money in your trust wallets. No one can take your MetaMask seed phrase magically from you, right? However, when it is, as they say, like, not your keys, not your coins. So the moment you need to use a centralized exchange for anything, whether it's to buy airtime, it's your crypto, or to make any purchase, you would need to, you know, come back to that same point where you'd need the liquidity, you'd need the fiat channels, and therefore provide those details. And I think a majority of crypto users do not really care about, whether or not their funds are in custodial or non-custodial platforms. In fact, for the most part, people prefer, custodial platforms, especially the new people, which accounts for majority of the entire industry. Why? Because this is, like, most people joining crypto, are maybe joined from 2016 till now, right? So most people are still new. So before they grow to the point where they become advanced users and are able to, navigate all those complexities, they would still need, to use passwords, right? You don't want, once you tell someone that there's no customer support on this app, they don't even want to use it,
Mm.
you know. So there has to be a balance between the two, in my opinion.
Yeah, I do agree, and at least until we actually don't need fiat anymore. Once everyone starts accepting crypto, then we kind of don't need fiat anymore, right? And let's see when that happens. But there was something else that I know, we were speaking about, the centralized point, like, as the exchanges where you have, the exchange between crypto and fiat and so on. What do you think about a decentralized fiat, I don't know, onboarding and offloading, like a peer-to-peer stuff and so on. I know that you're working on something like this.
Yeah. So while I believe that, you know, crypto, and like crypto would not one day replace the state, right? Um, and there will never be a time where you wouldn't need to like have a bank account and stuff, right? So one of the things I personally believe is innovation is key, right? And that is why, especially in regions where you see a lot of governments banning crypto, right? People still want access to crypto, right? So most times banks can't work with crypto platforms. And one of the things that, people still can do in most of these countries is still trade peer to peer, right? So one of the things I envision is a decentralized peer to peer payment system that is like a hybrid of Africa's Flutterwave and Uber, basically, where we have digital peer-to-peer merchants processing transactions across several platforms, right? Um, where payments becomes like ride hailing, you know. So we have been piloting one for almost eight months now. Already processed over 1 million transactions actually, and a lot of value as well. So we've seen that this use case is something that would work, right? And very soon we'll be excited to share that with the entire world. But there is a future where payments and decentralization can exist. It's just really finding innovators to get us there, right? But definitely the future is decentralized.
Yeah, and I don't think that the future is so far off, and I would argue that we will come to the point where we do not need bank accounts. So, and I think this is gonna happen faster than we actually think.
Actually,
And the things that you're doing there, that's really 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 important, because that actually means banking the unbanked is if they don't have a bank account,
bank account.
right? They don't have a, yeah, that coming to crypto, whatever you try to do. So, crypto by itself doesn't bank people. They need to get their money into crypto, and that's only possible with things that like you are doing, and it's so important. It's so important in Africa. So that's yeah, kudos for that one. And yeah, we also look forward to kind of being part of that in the future.
Sure, sure. Excited to partner with you guys.
Yeah.
So we do all agree that education is very important. And right now, you are educating me also about some stuff that you're talking about, you know?
Great.
Really, I mean, I have learned a lot of things. Like you said, you had your teacher, Sandi is in a way teacher of mine when it comes to crypto and blockchain. And now I'm learning more and more, and it's really, really good.
Yeah. Thanks, Anita.
So, not, I know that Babs, of course, you're educating people, but Sandy also said that it is a 3 years mission also to educate people, and not only to bring a project. Of course, internet connectivity is very, very important. To do all that, what we are talking about now, we come also to connectivity, to good connectivity, where you can access all the information. You can do all this, what we are talking about. But like you said, Sandy, also educating people to know what they can have, and what this is all about is really, let's say, a user who has knowledge, right?
Sure.
Yeah, of course. You can do a lot of stuff then, with users that actually have knowledge. They probably don't even know what's possible, and if they don't know what's possible, they just won't use it.
That's true.
That's true. Babs, you have created multiple apps and products, right? You are really a bright mind. What can you tell about that?
Yeah. So I think personally I've always like been a builder. just generally seeking out solutions to improve the African experience. And one of the things I think I'm really excited about right now is bundle. Um, for the most part, a lot of people use bundle, anyways, in Nigeria, especially. And one of the things we are trying to do with bundle is to, provide um, a platform that helps onboard the next 5 million people within the next year into crypto in Africa. And that is something that we've kind of like, I don't know if you've heard about SocialFi, but SocialFi is an interesting concept that's, I think CZ earlier in the year said that, he thinks that GameFi and SocialFi would drive like crypto adoption a lot this year. And SocialFi is basically people interacting, learning, and engaging. Same way you do on a Telegram group, same way you do on, but you're incentivized to do that basically. Where as you chat on that app, you're earning incentives from that. You know, things like learn and earn and a bunch of things can be powered by that kind of technology. So Bundle is going to be a much more social platform. Currently, we're a social payments app for cash and crypto, which we've done really well. Now we would be doing social trading, social investing, and social earning, which means people can earn by participating in the platform. And that's something similar to what I think 3Air is trying to work on, where you have people earn incentive from sharing internet connection, which is like a social good. Because I believe that in Africa, that's why when people talk about, and I love NFTs, right? We have something called bundle creators that we, help, you know, catalyze like NFT adoption. But when people begin to talk about things like metaverse, then it becomes something I always tell people that generally, I think we have a long way to go for us here in Africa to really have mass adoption within the continent for things like the metaverse. Primarily because we are still trying to get people from Web 2 to Web 3. In fact, we are still trying to get people from Web 1. Web 1, I like to call Web 1 or the offline world, right? People are still using cash, and we're trying to get them to use like a POS agents in front of his house to just buy crypto, right? And that guy doesn't care about the metaverse. That guy doesn't even he uses a feature phone, you know. So a feature phone is not a smartphone. It's a phone that doesn't have like, you know. So basically, um, so I think that's why I think the work here is doing is really profound, because the first problem we need to do is to provide internet access. These events wouldn't be happening if we didn't have internet connection, right? And the cost of internet is still quite high here, and internet penetration is still quite low, right? In several regions, they don't even have high speed internet, right? People still use 2G in some markets. So it's an important investment that I think Sandi and his team are making in Africa. And that's why I'm very, very supportive of Sandi.
Sandi, would you like to comment that?
Yeah, I can just say thank you for sure, and we are doing our best. And I think the first, we are connecting a few people already, but it's just the start. So we're coming to Nigeria pretty soon.
Yeah,
I
you
think.
should. You should actually.
Yeah. Just one more question, Babs. Education is very important, like you said, and you have had a lot of educating through all of the years, not only in Africa, but also you were in Cyprus, I think, getting some knowledge. How does one become Babs with all the knowledge, and that you have a very important mission
Yeah.
with doing what you're doing?
Yeah, I think it's really about constantly learning. and constantly growing. Really, I don't think there's anything special about me. I think there are actually there are a lot of smart people in Africa, way smarter than I am. So it's really about learning and paying that sacrifice to learn, and putting in the work, because I like to say that, like, hard work, the harder you work, the luckier you become, right? So working hard at learning, at teaching, doing free stuff for a lot of people, you know, would take you places for sure. So my DMs are open generally, so you can always reach out to me. Always willing to help. Uh, and my joy is to see more and more people come into crypto, come into tech, and capture value. And like one of the most profound things about crypto really is that you don't really have to have capital to trade and make money. Really, it's not about that. So when people ask you, "Oh, what's the minimum I need to start?" You don't need money to start crypto. Get the information first. There are games you play that you earn crypto from. Today, Sandi is building an app that you can provide internet and earn money. I'm building something that would give you money by chatting on the app. You know, so there are a lot of ways to earn. People are working in crypto today. Like doing marketing, doing community, doing events. Within the same jobs you get in the mainstream, you get here. So I think it's just a matter of understanding that there is an opportunity in crypto. And like I did in 2016, 2017, after I did enough research, you have to do enough research that will convince you to work in the industry. Then you don't have to quit your job like I did, but you just pay more attention to it.
Okay, just how do you at Bundle connect with people? Also, you said events, but what do you use? Also, social networks. You do have communities. Where can people look up or find information?
Yeah, so we have Twitter, and we have Instagram, and we also have a Telegram community. I think our Telegram community is, I think, the second largest one on the continent. So we have a large community that you can join, and it's quite active. There are a lot of free contents there that you can learn from. Our social media, you also have to be careful which one. Is Bondo Africa. Don't click on spam links. Bondo Africa, there's no space. And just go to our social media. My social media is also, I think it's been shared before. Emmanuel Babz Babalola. So those are like channels you can reach us and join the community. And Bondo is, so I like to tell people that if we are building basically TikTok for crypto, basically. So
Okay,
so it's supposed to be fun.
nice. Are you already working on Blockchain Africa Conference 2023?
Blockchain Africa conference. Okay, I hope I'll be there.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
I'm sure you will be.
Okay, that would be nice. I would love to. I think we had like fun this year, so really looking forward to the next one.
Okay. Sandy, do you have any more questions for Babs?
Well, I have a ton of questions, but we don't have the time.
Yeah.
But either way, we are really, really well. We really come well along with Babs. So we are chatting a lot lately. So no, I know a lot already. But I think we should invite Babs back at some point, and
Yeah,
pick his
definitely.
brain a bit more.
Yeah, I think before the end of this quarter, I would have a lot more to share about Bondo and some of the cool stuff we're building.
Yeah, that's gonna be really interesting. I like what you're doing there. It really is amazing.
Thank
So
you.
Yes.
good luck
You're,
with that.
you're really excited about that. And please
Yeah.
do join us again. We will, of course, invite you, and we'll be happy to have you here. So, Babs, thank you very much for being with us today.
Hopefully, I'll be in my house the second time.
Okay. As I understand, you are in Nigeria right now, yeah?
Yeah, Lagos, Nigeria. Yeah.
Okay. Have a great time. Enjoy, and
Thank you.
wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Sandy and Anita. You guys are
Yay.
amazing.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Okay, so Sandy, it's the two of us again. We didn't talk at the beginning a lot about what is going on right now at 3 years, so we will just give some short information. But please tell me, how did you feel about Babs? He's a great speaker, right?
Oh yeah, he is. He's a really, really nice guy. You
Yeah.
you can get along with him pretty much, like with your best friend always. He's a really nice guy, always ready to help. He has so many answers to the questions and lots of experience, lots of connections. So yeah, he's really is a great guy.
Yeah, he is. Just maybe, Sandy, here was a question before that for you regarding to what we talked about. Can you elaborate more on what educating your users look like? Any specific things you can speak to?
Yeah, so first thing is what we're doing is when we are onboarding people, we need to be present there, right? So we need to have hands-on with everyone. So that's the point in time that we really want to uh, take an advantage of and educate people. So when you have somebody in front of you and can you talk to him, then you can sparkle enough interest that he then goes and really learns about it. You cannot do a lot in, let's say, 15 minutes that we usually have with a client, but the 15 minutes of attention is still worth really, really a lot, for sure, more than the online attention. And then what we're trying to do is actually incentivize somebody financially to do it. And I've spoken in length about those things, what we're doing already, and we're planning to do, so that there'll be some financial incentives for everyone to learn. And it's not only about giving some money or some tokens to someone. The financial incentives can also be the idea of having a better work and those things. And we're also trying to connect some educated users to somebody who is looking for, let's say, some software developers or designers. There's so much work today that you can do online. So, and you need to educate yourself for that. And we're putting together a online education system that will go through all of those topics that you need to learn basics about the blockchain. So starting with the private keys, how actually everything works, and so on. And will for sure incentivize people a lot to do that.
Yeah, thank you. Talks nowadays in our communities is about token launch and NFTs. So should we say something about that?
So the NFT platform is coming along pretty nicely. I just had a meeting with the team before I joined the our AMA. We're actually also looking if we can do something cross chain. As right now we are like on two chains, right? We are launching on the Binance Smart Chain, and the first NFTs will be released there. And also, the main platform is going to be on Scale, so we'll also be having a platform there. And when if we're doing that, then why not also maybe do some other chains? So we're looking a bit in that direction, but that's a bit tougher thing to do. That shouldn't be taken really lightly. But on Binance Smart Chain, we'll be ready in a, let's say, I think next week I can give you a bit better update and probably already show you a demo. We're also talking right now to some African artists already that will,
Mhm.
because one thing is putting up a platform, then you need also some content, right?
Yeah. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So thank you for explaining about that. Is there something else that we should announce or say about 3 Air before we close our AMA today?
No, I don't want to give any announcements today.
Okay.
They, they tend to come back and haunt me. There is a lot of stuff going on, but until we really have it signed and sealed, I decided not to talk about it. But let's see, maybe by the end of the week I have something more to share, or then next week on the AMA.
Okay. There are some questions in the chat right now. Why are the headquarters of 3Air in Dubai?
Well, it's regulatory purposes. So yeah, there was like, why not in Africa, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So we are present in Africa. We do have a company, an entity in every country that we actually go into. That we provide internet and everything. So, but for the regulatory purpose, the token is actually a global token, right? So that's why we need a system where we can be regulated and we can actually do legally what we're doing. So this is why.
Okay, thank you for explaining that. Santi, I think you do need to rest for a while. I see that you're really not feeling okay. And you need to take care of yourself, because you need health to work through all
Yeah,
this.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm trying today to take as much rest as possible, but to be honest, it's not easy because I have meetings set up all the way, and yeah, it's really hard to take some time to rest in the meantime. But I'm tough. You cannot get me down so fast. For sure, not a small virus.
How long will you be staying in London?
I'm flying back to Dubai on Friday afternoon.
Okay, so you have like 2 more days. Yeah, 2 more days, maybe just to also do some sightseeing or something, to enjoy a little if you are.
That's gonna be tough because I have 2 more days that are full of meetings.
But you can wish for it, right?
I can wish, yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay, Sandy, thank you very much. Thank you for being with us today. So we will be back next Wednesday, right? We have here holidays here in Slovenia, and I think in most of the Europe also. And well, we will be enjoying a little bit. I
We'll
know
also
I will.
have big holidays in Dubai, I think, right now, because this year Ramadan is ending on in this time, right? Somewhere like this. So that's gonna be that's the biggest holidays that I have.
Okay. Luis said safe travels. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so stick with us. Of course, follow us on our channels. Follow us on Discord, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. We're everywhere, actually. And on Telegram, we are very strong there. And there are all the conversations going on. So please stay tuned. Like this, our AMA, and of course, subscribe to YouTube channel. You're welcome to be with us anywhere you want to, and we will be back next Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central European Time. Sandy, thank you very much. Thanks all of you for being with us, and have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Anita. Bye bye, everyone.